Hi, class. Long time no see. This is because my dog wants to eat it, and I'm trying to stop her from eating it. So hi, nice to see all four of you. So big class we got going so far. I just wanted to go through some basic news, as well as if you have any questions about the project or anything that's going on, feel free to type them out, and I will answer them at some point during this little live. So, first of all, the big news, and I'm going to post this everywhere and spam you guys and harass you. Google Classroom's moving. As many of you have noticed, I haven't really been grading or doing the things online. It's extremely difficult because there's 100 people in one class. So it's really hard to manage and keep track of who's who and who's where. Some of your guys' names are still not your actual names. So we are switching officially to Google Classroom. If you want to use a different name or make a brand new account so that you can officially put your name on it, that way you can avoid keeping your YouTube account or changing any of your other names, that's fine. That'll give you the chance to do that. Please make sure your name is your actual name. I'm going to kick out anyone else whose name is not their actual name. This includes nicknames. If it's not, make sure your last name is exactly the way it is in Aries, because that's how I'm going to organize and grade. So I'm going to be separating you guys out into your sections. So fourth will have its own classroom, fifth will have its own classroom, and sixth will have its own classroom. With only those members, I'm going to boot anyone who's in the wrong place or does not have a name I recognize or does not fit into the Aries naming scheme. Possibly in the future, I'm going to try to do some lectures via Zoom. Right now, we're doing a research report, so I don't find it super necessary as we start our new unit. Yeah, we're going to be starting our new unit the week before spring break. Great planning, I know. We'll maybe be doing some things via Zoom. I'm going to try out Zoom tomorrow with smaller classes and see how that goes. We'll see on that one. As far as I want to check access, like who in our class is actually getting internet, is actually getting access to these things. So I want to check who's who, who's where. And so I'm going to have a form on the Google Classroom. On that note, if you are not within the Google Classroom, or you haven't filled out one of those forms on whether you have a printer or internet or a phone or a computer or a laptop or a Chromebook or what have you at home, I'm going to start calling home because that means I haven't heard from you in a while and I have no idea what you're up to or how you're doing or what's going on. So I'm going to try to contact on that. So if you get a call home, it's not because I'm mad. It's because I'm like, where are you? I haven't heard from you. You haven't done any of the things in a couple of days. And so I'll probably start calling home on Monday because Monday is also, we're actually probably over the weekend on Sunday because churches are closed. You guys are going to be home. Yay. So as far as due dates for the project, I am going to be loose with them, but I am going to try to keep us on track so that we don't fall so far behind that we can't catch up or we get confused about what's happening. Hey guys, a couple more people coming into the chat. Nice to see you. So our research guide is going to be due Saturday, and I'll go into that a little more. I'll just go through the deadline. So the research guide is going to be due on Saturday. Some of you have already turned it in. I'm going to ask you to return it in on the new classroom just so it's easier to grade. I apologize. Hopefully, again, it's just take a picture and submit it so it's not too difficult for you. Or if you wrote it in Google Docs, just resubmit your Google Doc into the new assignment. Monday, the energy model will be due. So my goal is for anyone who has turned in the research guide on Saturday, I'm going to take a quick look at it, make sure everything looks okay. And that way Monday going forward, you can just do an energy model. And I'll go over a little more what that entails. On that note, I have to release, this is on me. This is for me to remember. I have to give you guys an organization list. One of the other physics teachers compiled it, so I'm hoping I can get a hold of them so I don't have to redo work they've already done, but maybe we will. And then pretty much once you have all your research done, all you have left is the persuasive draft and your social media draft. And then again, I want to take a look at those. Those I want that Wednesday and Thursday, and that weekend I can comment, and then Monday, hopefully you can make some corrections and turn in a rough draft. Again, if any of these deadlines feel very quick to you, let me know and I can, push it back. We're Not, I mean, we're rushed, but like, what can we do? So if you have any problems with anything, please, please, please let me know. Some people already have, and it's been extremely helpful. So I can figure out what things we're having difficulty with. I might even try to set up like group meetings with you and your group so we can have like a quick little chat, like 5 minutes. How's it going? What problems do we have? And so I might start setting up appointment times during the week where you can set up meeting times with me. Again, I got to figure out how to organize this because I've never done it before, but we're all working through this. All right. Any questions about the research guide specifically, or do you guys just want me to go into a general overview of it? Thoughts? Looking at the comments. Everyone just says hi. And I'll go into an overview. Please, please, please stop me if we get into any questions. So the research guide looks like this. It's page 3 and 4 in the packet. This can be either digital or physical. It's completely up to you. Don't worry too much about organization you're representing. That's not a huge deal to me. Specifically, what I want to think is the goal challenge. And by goal challenge, I mean, for example, this is not something you can do, but as far as like infection and susceptibility, like a challenge for COVID-19 is the fact that everyone starts out susceptible. And so the goal is how do we get people safely to the unsusceptible or not at risk for transmission? So that's at least goal challenge number one. So the goal is to then get a vaccine for that so we can switch everyone from susceptible to vaccinated, unsusceptible, or technically already been infected by it, even if it's by a vaccine. And so how would we do that? What are the complications with that? And so then from that, you want to think, well, what will we have to do to solve these problems? What are some actionable things we as individuals can do? What are actionable things we as a society can do? What are actionable things that we as a community can do? And so by actionable, I mean you can actually do them. You can't be like, no, abandon the earth, go to Mars. It's not really actionable at the moment. Yes, people are working on it, but we're really not there yet. So actionable is things that we can realistically do in a realistic timeline. And so that's that first page, number 3. Number 4 is collaboration notes. So if you are in a group, if you are not in a group, then you just need really good notes. But if you are in a group, kind of talk to your other group members. Is there something they picked up that you didn't? Or if you are by yourself, as some of you I know are there things that you picked up that you didn't really think of before or that are new to you? And this brings us to the next part. The next part is just showing how energy flows through a complex system. If anyone wants to post theirs, I won't do a perfect version, but if you guys want to post what your topics are, I can talk a little bit and use them as an example and give you an idea of what you could do for yours. And so really we're looking at a complex chart for how does one energy flow to another and how does one affect the other. So we're looking for both cause effect, this causes this causes this, and where does the energy go? So that's where we're looking at the energy budget of the Earth. So, for example, population. Oh, Anna jumped in on that. So, as far as population goes, that's actually a very complex one. So, if you're doing population, I would focus on specific effect of the population. For example, you don't have to do this. You could do lots of different things. But for example, in general, as our population increases, is that large enough for everyone to see? Harmony, I'm pretty sure you guys said yours was ice caps and albedo. That's what I remember last you guys told me. You can also look it up in the Google form. So as the population increases, all right, the more people there are, the more pollution we have. That's just kind of what happens. And so if there's more pollution, generally by more pollution, and specifically as far as the energy budget is concerned, we're really worried about greenhouse gases. All right, and if there's more greenhouse gases, more energy is trapped in the earth. So, and as more energy is trapped in the earth, uh, it gets hotter. And then, unrelated to this, because obviously the fact that it gets hotter doesn't breed more people. And so, and as it gets hotter, this leads to more greenhouse gases because ice cap melting and other things. And so, and then population increases leads to more babies. More babies lead to more population. So we have two feedback loops going on here. We have both population feeds into itself, and more population leads to more pollution, which gets it hotter and hotter. So we kind of have a two positive feedback loops causing increases. And so what you really want to get into, so these are going to get complicated. So if you're like, this looks messy, it might look messy, which is why there's a draft page and then you can make a nice final one later. And so from here, this energy part, so this is your feedback loop. And so that's the first part, which is show how energy flows through Earth as a complex, or bloop, nope, that's just how one change causes a change in another part of the Earth system. So that's our changes cause other changes. But we haven't really gone through the Earth as a complex system. And so we want to talk about where is this heat energy coming from? How is it getting trapped? So I chose another color. Let me know if it shows up well or not. Um, and so as far as our energy loop, we want to talk about, well, our energy comes from the sun. Sun. So our energy from the sun enters the atmosphere, abbreviated ATM. After it enters the atmosphere, greenhouse gases trap the energy. As they increase, more energy is trapped, and then total Earth energy increases. And so that's how you can kind of add in your energy. And so you could either do this energy transfer first, or you could do the feedback loop. I always find it easier to do the feedback loop, but there's not a wrong way to do this. The only less correct way to do this would just be like, this does this, and we're done. So it is going to look a little complex. You should definitely have multiple people looking at this or working on it, especially if you're in a group. And if you're not in a group, it's still worthwhile to ask people's feedback, whether they're in your group or not. You can ask your family. You're stuck with them anyway. You might as well have a topic that you can force them to talk about instead of them being like, why aren't you cleaning your room? You're here all the time. Why don't you have time to do this? Be like, Mom, I really need to do this work. I really need your help. Like, let's talk. So, try to engage them in a conversation you wanted them to talk about instead of anything else. Um, Again, hopefully this was helpful. When we are on Google Classroom, not too many people have taken advantage of it. But on the assignments, there's something called a private comment, and that no one else sees, only I see. And it's really easy because those go directly to my phone immediately. So I normally respond to those the quickest. Remind does not work on my phone, but I'm on my computer a lot now. So it does, and Remind's always open on my computer. So I've been pretty quick responding to those questions. Um, let's see. And then I'll do another one of these or a Zoom or whatever ends up working out for us. Going over the persuasive draft and the social media draft, as well as pulling up some examples from a different project students did last year. If you know anyone in my class last year, they did a social media project with Waves and Wave Education. So if you know any of them, that's pretty much all I'm going to be showing. I'm going to try to see if I remember my old Instagram password, which if you try to follow me, there's nothing on it because I don't post. It was just so people could share things with me. If there's any questions, post in the comments. If not, I'll probably sign off soon. I can show you guys a rat for coming up if you guys wanted to see a pet rat. Or we could just say goodbye. See, some people are signing out already. So yeah, this was it. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Um, Otherwise, rat. Okay, I can grab rat. New dog does not really. Well, new dog likes rat too much, so I just gotta be careful. Hi, Yuki. No, no. All right, so this is rat. Her name is not rat. This is Zora. This is Zora Neale Hurston, named after a famous African American writer of, I believe, the 40s. Jezebel, you can always go back. Lives are saved, and you can go back to everything. It's fine. Um, if you have any questions about anything, please let me know, though. So this is Zora. Might be able to hear a squeak from her. It's because she actually has a consistent upper respiratory infection. Yay. So she actually gets medicine every morning, which is why she's fat, 'cause she takes it with food. So she's a little pudgy. They're supposed to be thin in the middle, but she's not. If any of you are like, she's big, she's actually kind of a petite rat. She was one of 20. Normally, rats have like 8. So she was one of 20. So all of them were very, very small, and they started out. Yeah, she thick. What can I say? I like my rats fat. My dogs are quite skinny though because genetics. Where can I send you Earth Energy Model? Great question, Raid. That's going to be posted on the new classroom, which will be up and running probably tonight. But you know, you don't have to do anything until tomorrow. Dogs, I can do the dogs too. Just give me a second. Let me answer questions. So yeah, so the Earth Energy Model will be posted on the new classroom. That's why you might have noticed I didn't put anything up for it. It's because I just didn't want to have you guys have to turn it in and turn it in again when I knew I wanted you guys on a different platform. Just so it's easier to grade and easier to give feedback for. All right, so Zora, because I'm going to pick up the dogs because they're easier to see. Hi. One's staring at the camera. Do you see that? Wow. Okay. Zora, come on. Yes, well, you guys will absolutely not a link because I don't. A link's not really useful, but I will be sending you a code to join, with which period and all those good informations there. Give me 1 sec to put the rat back. I'll grab a dog. Hi, Juniper. Come here. All right. So this is Juniper. She's almost 3. She'll be 3 in May. I've had her for almost 3 weeks, so not very long. She's new. Anthony, yep, you can go to the bathroom, but run. You to do, for example, on the pages are the dots. But yeah, anyway, Juniper. You can see her ribs, so she's a little skinny because I just got her. But they're greyhounds. Both of them are black greyhounds. So they tend to be skinny. That's a breed model. If you can't see a greyhound's ribs, they're actually fat. I agree, Harmony. Why not? I guess it's 5, so it's a little late. For the example on the pages are the jot dots help to making the model. Which page, Anthony? Yeah. Oh yeah, the jot dots are just what should be in your model. Yes. All right. Do you guys want to see the other dogs laying down? Do you want me to get her up? Don't starve your dog. Can we see the rat in every video? Maybe. I can make the rat part of every video. She likes chilling on my shoulder. Diana, come here. Diana, yeah. And so they are not related besides being the same breed. They both happen to be black. That's a random thing. It's actually not the most common color, but all right. So yeah, there will be a rat sneak peek in every video. Wait for it. All right, Diana, come on. Let's get you on camera. Oh, Dee come here. Don't lay down. Come on. Come on. I know. Come on. Dee come on. Diana, come here. Good girl. Come on. Oh. All right, this one is Diana. She's turned 6 in December, and I've had her for 3 years. And so she's actually a healthy weight. Um, she's getting a little gray in the face, but she's actually not that old. Bring the rat to class. Well, if we come back to class, maybe I will. Digital copy of the packet. Yes, actually, there should be a digital copy of the packet already up, Anaya, but I'll absolutely post it in the new classroom, and hopefully things will be easier to find. That's kind of the goal of doing this is I'm trying to make sure things are easier to find because I know it's not a good organized system because I never needed it to be. So I want to redo it. Yes, Harmony, the rat's name was Remy. And Remy was a boy and Zora is a girl. So they're very different sexes. Um, Physics with Zoro and dogs. Oh, Zora. No, not she's not a fox, but it's one R, not two R's. For anyone who speaks Spanish. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off because it looks like these comments are sort of just evolving into randomness, and you guys don't have to watch, but I guess you're still here. If there's no more questions, I'm gonna go head out and start making dinner. But hopefully this was helpful. We'll do this again if it was. If it wasn't, we won't. I'm still figuring out what works best for helping you guys and what does not. This room is not set up for it, but we're working on it. Otherwise, I hope everyone's doing okay and feeling fine. And hopefully I tried to keep it pretty low key this week because it's just kind of weird, and hopefully people kind of relax and readjust to their lives being completely changed in a week. So we're going to start doing a little bit more work next week with the goal that we're kind of, working through it. My house, I'm pretty sure that's a neglect case. You may want to report that to CPS. Will you be able to watch these? Yes, I'll save them, and the link should still be good. They're not. I haven't made them searchable just because I really don't want them to be. I don't really want random people on here. But as long as you use the link provided in the Google Classroom, it should be available to rewatch, so you can go back and look. And there's your big screen of this. And I'll be cross-posting everything in the Google Classroom as well, so you can find things. All right. With that in mind, have a good day, guys. I hope you've had a good week. I mean, I don't know, playing some video games, catching up on your YouTube channels, all those things. Organization names, RAID, I'm going to be posting that in the new classroom. So, yeah, I'm not up on that yet, but I will get there. All right. Bye, guys.